Hello my dear students, welcome back. Good morning everybody. So today's class we will be discussing nonlinear data structures. We have been discussing the linear data structures, and today's class, in the previous class we concluded the linked list topic, and today's class we will be continuing nonlinear data structures. So nonlinear data structures, today's topic is trees and graphs. So nonlinear data structures, today we will be having part number 16, which will be a concluding part of nonlinear data structures. Let us get started, and before that let us have a look as to the different topics what we have discussed in our previous classes. In our previous classes we had a discussion on garbage collection, deleting a node, algorithm for deleting a node at the beginning, deleting a node at the end, deleting a node at the end and then at the specified position, and also algorithm for adding a node deleting a node at the specified position. So now, as we know that the data structures are the non-primitive data structures are broadly classified into two, that is linear data structure and non-linear data structure. So linear data structure means there is a logical adjacency between the data elements, but non-linear, there is no logical adjacency between the data elements. So here we have data structures are broadly classified into linear data structures and non-linear data structures. In linear data structures we have arrays, tags, queues and linked list, and non-linear data structures we have graphs and trees. So what are non-linear data structures? So a non-linear data structure is a data structure in which a data item is connected to several other data items, so that it is possible to reach from one data element to many other data elements. So the data elements in nonlinear data structure represents hierarchical representation. So each node or each data item is called a node. Example, in nonlinear data structures include graphs and trees. So the advantages of a nonlinear data structure is it uses memory efficiently, as it does not require any contiguous memory for allocating data items. So as the size is not known so it is not necessary to know the size before even allocation, so we need not worry about the prior allocation. The cons or the disadvantage is, so here we have difficulty in linking the data, as there can be more than one data can be connected to more than one links. So the first nonlinear data structure is a tree. So a tree is a data structure which consists of the nodes, which is organized in a hierarchical structure. So we can see root, ancestor and descendant. So a node above the node is called ancestor node, a node below is called as descendant. And we can see so many subtrees and many other terminologies which we will be discussing in detail. So let us see the basic terminology. Node. Node in a structure contains a value or a condition, or it represents a separate data structure. Each node in a tree has 0 or more child nodes. So which are below in the tree and they are downwards, they are called as child nodes. A child which is above, it is called parent. one parent can have many child nodes. As you can see, so A is the root node, starting node from where the tree starts, and below is called as the child nodes. And as you can see, B and C are the child nodes of A. Likewise, D, E, F are the child nodes for B. So B is the parent node for D, E, F, and D, E, F are the child nodes for B. So then we have leaf nodes. Leaves are nothing but if a node does not have any node below it, it is called leaf node. Leaf nodes, a node which do not have any child nodes are called as leaf node. They are also known as the terminal nodes. In the example you can see H, I, E, F, G. These are the leaf nodes. Next is height of the tree. So height of the tree is nothing but the longest path from root to the leaf. So from the root we start until we reach the leaf node. As you can see in the example, the longest path. So the longest path taken to reach from the root to the leaf node is called height of the tree, and also it is called depth of the tree. As you can see, the height of the tree is 3. So there will be 3 steps taken to reach from the root to the leaf. So it is called height of the tree. Next is root node. So root node is the topmost node in the list. As you can see in the example, you can see the root node. So root node is the topmost node. This is the root node. So if root node is null, then there will be no tree. So being the topmost node, the root node will not have any parent node, rather it will have the child nodes. Internal node or the inner node. So internal node or the inner node is any node of a tree that has child nodes and thus not a leaf node. So you can say it is any node between the root node and the leaf node, but it should not be the root node or the leaf node. So you can see here it will have a child node, but it is not a leaf node. So such a node is called inner node or internal node. Next is a subtree. As you can see in the example, so a subtree, it consists of the child nodes and the parent node, or a parent and the descendant, or the ancestor and the descendant nodes. Binary tree. A binary tree, the simplest form of binary tree is a tree which has at most 0 to 2 descendants. So for example, you can see here there will be a node and there will be the outcome node. The child nodes can be, there can be 0 to 2. Such a tree is called a binary tree. So example, you can see some of the examples here which we will be discussing in the next topic. So you can see here. So these are some of the binary trees. So a tree which has the child nodes is from 0 to 2. So let us discuss some of the basic terminologies of the binary tree. So root node. Root node is the topmost node. If root node is null, there is no tree. and node, leaf node. Leaf node is the a node which will not have any child nodes. Complete tree. So complete tree means from the root to the leaf, all leaves should be at the same height, same distance. So such a tree is called complete tree. Then we have height of the tree, that is the total number of nodes to be traversed from root node to reach a leaf node is called height of the tree. So as you can see in the example, we can see complete tree, full tree and a perfect binary tree. So the output, any node which can have a 0 to maximum of 2 nodes, child nodes, is called a binary tree. So as you can see in the example, we have root node, then there is a leaf, and then so you can observe here, if a node does not have a child node, such a node is called leaf node. So these are the leaf nodes, and these are the leaf nodes, and these are called internal or inner nodes. Next is graphs. A graph is a set of vertices and the edges. Vertices are nothing but the nodes. So a graph is a collection of nodes, and generally the nodes we refer it as vertices, and the connections between them are called edges. So one node is connected with the other node with the form of edge. There are two types of graphs. One is undirected graph and directed graph. So undirected graph means there will be, so in undirected graphs the edges will not have any arrows or directions. In a directed graph the edges are marked with the directions. A directed graph is also called as digraph. So as you can see here, the edges will have an arrow mark in the directed graph. Undirected, there are no arrows. A vertex, neighbors and adjacency of graphs. As you can see in the example, A, B, C, D and E are the vertices, and there are, let us count the edges. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As there are 2 arrows, it will be taken as 2 counts. So 2 plus 2, 4, 5, 6 and 7. There are 7 edges. So this is about the graphs and the trees or nonlinear data structures. So nonlinear, with this we conclude the data structures chapter, that is nonlinear data structures. Hope you have understood the today's topic, which is quite easy comparing to the other topics what we have discussed. So kindly make a note and also attend a 10-mark test which is given along with this video. Thanks for patience listening. God bless you all.